Hey, Good Sam, this is Pastor Jed. We're in the middle of a series called Toolbox. We're being reminded that God has a mission for us to be a part of, and that each one of us has been given gifts. We have the opportunity of partnering with God, of joining God in the good work that He is doing. We've been reminded that God sees us as a masterpiece, and that God has prepared good things for us to do. And in the process, we're becoming more and more like Jesus. On Sunday, we were reminded that God calls us to join Him in the good work that He is doing. Sometimes this work is extremely challenging. God invites us to step onto the battlefield. In Ephesians chapter 6, Paul reminds us that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against the powers of this dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. And so Paul invites us to put on the full armor of God so that we will be protected, so that we will be provided for, so that we can face the giants in our life. I was thinking about the giants that we face. We face giants. They're big. They're armored up. They have vicious weapons. They leave wakes of destruction. This week, I was reflecting on two of the conversations that I had. I had the opportunity of speaking with a mom who lost her son to his alcoholism. He literally drank himself to death. That's a Goliath that he faced. That family faces a Goliath as they process their grief. I was thinking of the Carlson family. I stood in their home and I prayed with them. And as I looked around, I saw all sorts of destruction. I saw everything that they own being completely destroyed, sifted through. There's nothing left. And then Shelley told me the place that she had come from, the country that she had come from, Ethiopia, they go through these experiences every day. There is very little that they have to hang on to. There is a Goliath of poverty, a Goliath of oppression. I've been thinking of all the Goliaths that we face, all of the giants that we face. The giant of poverty, the giant of addiction, the giant of alcoholism, the giant of racism, the giant of oppression. These giants would seek to slow us down, to keep us sidelined, to keep us from engaging in the battle that God has called us to do. But the good news is that God is with us and that God is for us, that God has equipped us, that we have tools that are to be used to advance God's kingdom. I want to encourage you this week to be thinking about who you are called to fight. Who's your Goliath? I want you to be thinking of who you are called to protect. Who are the people that you can use your gifts to protect and to invite into God's kingdom? If you're facing a giant of your own, I want to remind you that this is a church that knows how to come alongside people who are hurting and broken. This is a church that is full of second chances. Again, no matter where you are in the journey, I want to remind you that God is with you and for you, that God has gifted you tools to partner with Him. On Wednesday, we're going to be gathering together. We're going to be looking at our spiritual gifts. And so if you've taken the GPS assessment, I want to invite you to bring the results. And if you haven't, then go to giftspassionstory.com. Take the assessment, bring the results to Wednesday Night Live. We're going to be talking about them. And we're going to be praying on how you can join the battle that God has called you into. I'll see you on Wednesday. Blessings.